Yeah, it's not just in this area, but all across the UK, really. Climate change is a scary thing. It is allowing us to do more in terms of producing wines, increasing quality, and increasing where we're able to grow. It does mean that each year is very unpredictable. So, like last year was phenomenal for us growing grapes and producing the wine, but 2024 was probably the worst in 10 years, so to speak. So it's a real roller coaster. I'm sure all the farmers out there feel exactly the same as us.
This episode is supported by a proper local clinic just outside of Bishop Stortford. Most people don't wake up planning to see a chiropractor. It's the stiff neck that won't ease, the bad back that's killing your sleep, or that pain that suddenly makes work and family life harder. Takeley Chiropractic help people get out of pain and, even more importantly, stay out of pain. They don't rush you. They take time to understand you and make you feel better. They want to understand what you want to get back to doing, whether that's work, sport, or just spending time with your family. They're a local team, highly qualified, and recently they won an award for outstanding patient care. Have a look at takeleychiropractic.co.uk and see what they're all about. Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Sam Picton. Sam, great to have you on the show.
Hi there, mate. How's it going?
Wonderful, wonderful. Sam, for those of us who don't know you yet, who are you and what do you do here in the Bishop Stortford community?
So I am the winemaker at Bailey Hills, the small little vineyard near Wickham Hall. Arrived in Bishop Stortford in September for our first kind of harvest where we made the wine on site. Previously it was sent elsewhere, but then built a winery. Dylan and Eloise built a winery and a tasting room, and then they got me up to this area, so to speak. Never been here before I accepted the job, so still learning.
Wow. So winemaker, what does that mean?
So very much involved everything from when the grapes come to putting it in bottle and on the shelves. So everything in between. As we're quite a small outfit up here, I'm even doing a bit of the vineyard work, bit of everything, helping behind the bar, all that sort of stuff. So.
Fantastic. So what does a typical day look like for you, Sam?
Right now it's quite quiet. So very much just come in, check the winery, see how everything is. Pop out into the vineyard, have a little walk around. At the moment we're doing pruning, so cutting back last year's growth. So this year's growth is grown in the right way, so we can maximise fruit and quality, basically.
Fantastic. I think a lot of people will think this, that, you know, I went to school here in Stortford in the 90s. I've aged myself a little bit there. But I can't believe we've got a vineyard in Bishop Stortford. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's quite good. I mean, we are quite, we're on a kind of little bit of a plateau. So on the top of the hill, we are quite a flat vineyard. It's not too much of a problem. I know most people always see vineyards on slopes. That's to help with ripening and frost protection. But as we're on the top of the hill, we don't really get that much frost, touch wood. So we should be all right. And, you know, we're only 4 acres, so we kind of make sure we look after every single vine as well. So it's all right.
And is that because the environment has changed a little bit over the last 20 years or so to allow for a vineyard to exist? Is that a real peculiar thing that's happened in this area?
Yeah, it's not just in this area, but all across the UK, really. Climate change is a scary thing. It is allowing us to do more in terms of producing wines, increasing quality, and increasing where we're able to grow. It does mean that each year is very unpredictable. So, like last year was phenomenal for us growing grapes and producing the wine, but 2024 was probably the worst in 10 years, so to speak. So it's a real roller coaster. I'm sure all the farmers out there feel exactly the same as us.
So when you say it's a good year, is that because of volume or the flavor profile that you're able to produce?
Both really, both really. Is mainly all comes down to weather. So we had a really nice spring, if you remember, in 2025. A little bit of rain, and then we had a beautiful summer, and that is sort of the perfect outfit for producing grapes in the UK. Didn't rain too much in September, but in comparison to normal years, we were a month earlier picking. So normally we harvest in October. 2025, we harvest in mid of September, which was, it's interesting and exciting. Quality of fruit is awesome, super clean, really easy for me to come up here and do my first harvest because I just didn't have to just try not to screw up, basically. Just press the grapes and let it do its thing.
Awesome. You're a winemaker. Now, what's your background? How did you get into it? What was the spark to choose this career?
So I've been in hospitality basically from 15, kind of in cafes, then graduated to pubs and then eventually bars. Loved that life very much, enjoyed myself, but then kind of got to 21 and was like, oh, I might need a bit of a change. Didn't really know what to do. So I thought I'd go back and study something. Um, and then saw at Plumpton, they had a 2-year viticulture and oenology course. And I was like, "Oh, screw it, I'll give it a go, basically. And then sort of fell in love with it. It's a great industry to be in. It's allowed me to travel around the world, met friends all over the world too. Keeps me busy, always something new to learn. So happy days, really.
Excellent. And do you think because of the way that the environment's gone and climate change, that this is going to be a growth industry now for the UK?
Yeah, 100%. I think it has been for the last 20 years. It's probably the most dynamic industry in the UK that I know of, at least. Just because the amount of people that are now planted and their vineyards are established and making wine, and there are also vineyards that have been around for a while that have possibly overstretched and now needing to find other areas to sell their wine, so to speak. So export has now become a very interesting side of the UK wine scene. There's a big push to get out there, where previously there was enough kind of sales for everyone in the UK, but now the volumes have increased that you've got to kind of stretch out and go into other markets.
But that's exciting for the industry, isn't it? To be
Oh,
selling
100%,
wine
100%.
abroad. Yeah.
100%. It's it's really good pushing out there. When I go and meet other people from all over, people know of English wine now, and that's the big thing. It starts off with the sparkling and like the big people like Night Timber, Chapel Down, those big players are pushing it out there, and then everyone else is finding the smaller guys like us over time.
Fantastic. It sounds awesome. So if anybody's out there and they've got a son or daughter that's looking for a career, winemaking sounds like a fantastic avenue to go down now in the UK. And there must be a clamour for people that know what they're talking about. What's the best step for them to get into it?
So there's one college in down there, Lewis in Brighton, Plumpton, that does kind of part-time, full-time university courses, all of that, and that's kind of the hub of knowledge in the UK coming out. I think there might be another one popping up soon, but as far as I'm aware, Plumpton is the only place to go. They do apprenticeship schemes. I know once we've kind of got going a bit more in the next year or so, we would like to get an apprentice, just sort of able to train them up and show everything, because I think teaching or kind of training people is a massive part of the industry, and it needs to be done more and done all over. So I've gone to, and yeah, basically travel as well, I'd say is the best thing. Go to a southern hemisphere, do a harvest there, come back, do one in the UK. Harvest jobs are relatively, um, you don't need too much qualifications to do a harvest job, shall I say. most people are looking out for is just someone that doesn't mind working hard and is positive and interested in wine. That goes a long way. And then once you've got a harvest or two under your belt, you can kind of walk into most jobs, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. And that travel, they're to some of the nicest places in the world that you can go to, as well, aren't they? So
Massively,
what a
massively.
fantastic idea. And who knows, there might be more people in Bishop Stortford who are interested in starting that.
If they are come up, I'd be more happy to show them around. Just I can get very nerdy when I'm talking about things and get far too excited about small stuff. So if they're interested, just come up. I'll be more than happy to show anyone around.
I'm sure there'll be people out there that want to get involved. What are you looking forward to over the next 12 months or so? I know you've only been here for a few months now, but you must have planned out everything that's going to be happening.
Oh, 100%. So we're going to properly open in May time. So at the moment, we're just open Fridays and Saturdays during the day. Just pop in for a glass of wine or a cheese board. But then in May time, we're going to do tours and sort of host little special summer events. Finish off the outside area a little bit, some more seating, and just kind of looking forward to see the vines growing, see what year we're going to have. We're going to bottle on site for the first time in July, which would be awesome. Slowly but surely get a few more bits of equipment in the winery. So lots of change, lots of excitement is happening here.
It's great. It's doing the podcast. I get to shine a light on work that people are doing in Bishop Stortford, and it's such a privilege to actually shine a light on a great new business. Really, I know it's only a few years old, but the more people get to know about it, and the more people can come and experience a vineyard on our doorstep, it's just incredible. It really is, Sam. Thank you for everything that you're doing there. What is the best place for people to find about you and what the vineyard's doing online?
So probably our Instagram page or just on the website. So kind of at Bailey Hills Estates, or just type in Bailey Hills on Google in Bishop Stortford and it'll pop up. Do lots of we're hosting a few events ourselves. I think we've got Galentine's this Friday, and then I'm hosting a little dosage trial in a couple of weeks' time, which is a bit more wine focused. And then we've got private events, all sorts of things as well.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully more people in Bishop Stortford could get out and experience, the great spot you've got out there.
Thank you.
It'd be really, really great. We'll also put the website on the show notes. So if anybody's interested in following up on that, they can just jump on there and see what everything that's going on at Bailey Wines. Okay, are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions, Sam?
Yes, I believe so.
Excellent. These are three super fast questions that we ask every guest that come on to the Bishop Stortford Community podcast. First question. If you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say and who needs to hear it the most?
Probably drink local. Bubbles isn't just for celebration. I think that's for everyone, really.
I think that would put a smile on most people's faces, Sam. Yeah, exactly. But drink local, support local. It's exactly what we're trying to do with the podcast is, shine a light on those kind of local businesses. And I tell you, the other thing I really like about what's going on with you guys is the amount of partnerships that you're doing with local businesses to support them, and hopefully they'll be supporting you as well as you grow. It's a great local
100%.
success story.
I think that's been a big focus of Dylan and Louise. Both of them kind of almost born and bred here, so to speak. So very much interested in linking up with everyone and anyone they can.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, question number 2. Where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
So it's a bit of an odd one for me because I've only just really moved up. But when I first moved here, Dylan and Louise have got this lovely little shepherd's hut on their orchard. and it's just about to go on to Airbnb. And even though I've moved out, I still sometimes go there just on the weekends, just get away from things. So yeah, I'm still getting my way around all of Bishop Stortford, but that's the one I'm going to miss the most probably.
Fantastic. And that's going to be on Airbnb, so people can come and stay
Yeah,
in
100%.
the
Yeah.
orchard. Wonderful. What a great spot. Last question. Who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
So I've been to one of his events, but Rafa and doing the social blind tasting, I just think it's awesome. It's a great way to meet everyone and pushes people to try different wines that they don't normally drink. And I'm a big advocate for that. And I just think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Raf is a great, he's a supporter of the podcast. We've had him on, and there's so many people that support the work that he's doing. He actually won our January community champion of the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. He's doing really good things with his knowledge. He's such a what's the right effervescent guy, isn't he? You know, he's
double of energy, very Italian.
Very Italian. You know, if he wasn't a sommelier, I have no idea what he would do, because he's definitely born to that life. That's fantastic. 100%. Fantastic. Again, Sam, where's the best place for people to find you online and follow along with everything that you're doing?
Yeah, probably just the Instagram. It's they post quite regularly. It's kind of behind the scenes tours, what events we're having, all on there, or even sign up to our kind of newsletter.
Wonderful. Okay.
I'll be putting some interesting things on there, some sort of nerdy wine stuff as well, hopefully soon.
Brilliant. I think a lot of us in Bishop Stortford are going to become more nerdy about the wine as you share more of that. Again, it's so lucky. We're so lucky to have a vineyard right on our doorstep. So that's awesome. Sam, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
That's all right. Thank you for having me, man. It's been great.
No problem, Sam. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to support the show, to support us, is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you're listening to this, and share it on your socials, or with someone in town who you think should hear it. Maybe they're not on social media and they don't even know we've got a vineyard on our doorstep. Share it with them, and then you can pop up for a glass of sparkles with Sam. If you've got a local legend, just like Sam, who's doing great things in Bishop Stortford, that you think we should feature next, drop their name in the show notes so I can reach out and book them on the show. Sam, thanks again for joining us on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Lovely. Thanks very much, man.
Thanks, Sam.